5 early releases from 2024 that I think you should be checking out. Part 2. You've already got one part of this from me in this series. I always like to start the year doing this little mini series where I give you so many albums. So if you missed that part 1, go check that out and then watch this one too, because you're going to get another 5 albums that I think are pretty good that you should be checking out. I'm always here to deliver. I'm always here in clutch. Not even going to waste your time either. Let's just get straight into it. Kinoteki with the first album I want to mention in this video. One of my favourite albums last year came from Kinoteki, and the streak has continued with their latest album here because honestly this is really good. I don't think it's quite as good as the one from last year, but there's still some really cool atmospheric, like heavy moments that just cloud you and make you feel like you're being transported into a new world, a new realm. And I really like how Kinoteki's music does that to you. It feels futuristic, it feels dystopian, and it's got so many cool drum and bass textures as well that I'm such a big fan of. I'm a big fan of drum and bass. I just feel like Kinoteki is doing a real good job of providing this style of music at the moment, and should be bigger than they really are. They've been super consistent. Another really strong one from them. This one snuck up a bit out of nowhere, honestly. Eliza McLamb, who I've seen a few reviews for starting to pop up for her from the likes of Paste magazine, and she seems to be gaining a decent name for herself, and so she bloody should be. There were some really good tracks on this album, kind of more on that acoustic, folky side of singer-songwriter music that I think a lot of people who love the likes of Boy Genius could easily get something out of this. In fact, I think honestly at times she expresses her voice in much better ways than some of her contemporaries actually, and provided for some really great moments. Some kind of more indie rock moments come through as well. But yeah, Modern Woman was an easy highlight from this album for me personally. I thought that was easily the best track. An early contender already for a song that I think could stick with me for the whole year, which is always great to see from January. You know, you don't really seem to get as many big name releases in January, but when you find albums like this, man, and they really sneak up on you, you've got to take them and run, because yeah, lovely stuff. Definitely think she could be one to watch for the future. Some hefty, playful indie rock music from Yungatita next. Not a huge amount to say for this one. I think a lot of the tracks kind of offer a similar thing across the album, but by God, they're really fun and they're really upbeat and they're really perky. And yeah, just spunky, banging indie rock tunes from start to end. Armchair, just an absolute anthemic track. Armchair, do. Kind of got that kind of like teen energy coming through, just kind of like rebellious energy coming through from the voice. I was a fan of this one. It's a really fun listen. Low-key indie pop rock stuff next from the band Vacations. I quite like how they darted around between the sort of slow burner indie sad stuff that you would get from like The National, but then also at points kind of like brought in some nice instrumentation that made the songs fill up a little bit, should I say, and kind of sound a bit more in the dreamy sort of pop stuff in the way that you'd get from maybe like a band like Wild Nothing, or maybe some of the synths at times would remind me of Future Islands as well. But yeah, I quite like what they're doing here. Some sort of emo tinge type stuff coming through. Thought it was good, yeah. And my final pick comes from Akini Jing, which is a really cool album that blends so many styles together. This is definitely the most adventurous release of all of these releases on this list here. Good God, you're getting some like UK bass stuff paired with some like hard drum and bass stuff. You're getting some just warped moments as well. You're getting some kind of straight up pop stuff with tracks like Villains that are just kind of like catchy and really, really memorable. But yeah, those last 2 tracks were riotous, man. This is a super short release, but when you do get to those last 2 tracks, it feels like we've been transported to a totally different artist. And what they're providing on those ones, it just feels so mad and hectic. But yeah, liked what they were doing here. Another kind of one to watch for the future, because I feel like this style, this amount of creativity could be pushed in so many different directions. I look forward to hearing more from this one. And that is it from me. As always, I provide you 5 new early releases, and then we'll do another one in a couple of weeks again. And I'll keep doing this for a good while, and eventually you're going to get a lot of recommendations from me. So if you are thinking music is a little slow, I don't know what to listen to, I have you covered every damn year. Always here for you. And please in the comments let me know any releases that you've heard that I should be checking out, because maybe I've missed some and I could include them in future videos as well. Also let me know your thoughts on these, if you enjoyed them or you didn't or whatever. Thank you as always. Subscribe, check out my Patreon as well, consider supporting me over on there. But subscribe is the main thing. Please keep tabs, keep the notification bell on, and keep up with what I'm doing. So many videos on the way. Just follow me on my socials as well. Have a good day. Goodbye.